Please check out some of my other videos if you would like. Also make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, let's get started. The Fnaf movie trailer has just recently released, giving us more insight on this highly anticipated movie that seemed like it was never going to happen a couple years ago. We're about 3 months out from this movie's release, and the excitement and curiosity is real. When this trailer released, it gave us a closer look at the characters and of course the animatronics, the main reason why we're all here. Well, mostly. And we even got some cool cameos and Easter eggs with some people who've had some heavy influence and success because of Fnaf. So all in all, this movie is going to be something special. In this video, I wanted to make predictions on the movie as a whole. I'm going to be touching on details and using my context clues based off the trailer shots to try and predict what exactly is going to be happening in that scene. Also, I'm just going to be looking at the movie as a whole from the plot to the other mysterious characters that are going to show up. So, let's do this. Get your fast bar and your exotic beverage. Let's begin. Let's start with the trailer itself, before we get into the other smaller details. As I was watching this, I noticed that one of my ending predictions might have been right, when I had in my How the Fnaf Movie Should End video. And in that video, I said this. Springtrap is a beloved character. A lot of people, including myself, are so hyped to see him on screen, but not right now. Well, past Angel, it's gonna have to be right now. And I know I said that I hope they didn't go the Springtrap final boss Elden Ring style. I know I said it was too soon, but I don't think this particular version is a Springtrap that we know. A little more on that later. Michael finds out the dark and mysterious secrets of the pizzeria after uncovering that William is the one who's responsible for the death and disappearances of the 5 children. As Michael is collecting evidence or somehow collects something to prove that William is responsible, he hears Abby, the little girl in the trailer, and we can confirm that's her name based off her IMDb credit. He hears her scream, and as he goes to check in on her, he sees Springtrap walking towards her or is trying to catch her for one last time, leave one last mark on Mike. But before William can follow through, Mike intervenes, fighting with William, now Springtrap. As Springtrap overpowers Mike, because come on, it's an animatronic suit that weighs a lot, and William is a natural killer, and Mike isn't. Well, not on purpose. As Springtrap is close to besting Mike, Abby, in a surprise turn of events, does something to somehow make Springtrap distracted or hindered. Exactly what that is unknown. Maybe she turns on the fire alarm. That is something very on par with Fnaf. Or perhaps the animatronics gang up on William and this time take him backstage, where they off-screen kill him. Mike and Abby leave before the firefighters and police arrive. Mike is fired from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which obviously he's happy because why would anyone want to work there? Mike tries to put this behind them and move on with his life. But post-credit scene reveals that William lived and will stop at nothing to take revenge on his son. End of movie. I know that's a lot based off just this one shot, but you never know. Let me know down below, what do you guys think? Is this going to happen in this scene, or am I just completely crazy? To step aside for a bit from the movie predictions, I wanted to talk a little bit about the designs of the animatronics. We have a better look at them now than we did a month ago. There's a lot of mixed reviews on their design. Some people say they look goofy and wonky, but most of the reviews and reactions that I'm seeing are positive. Personally, I think that they look good. I like how they aren't 100% clean. They have some dirt on them, which makes sense. Animatronic suits get pretty dirty if you don't keep up with them. I say the only thing is Bonnie's face is a little off, but nothing crazy. As for the fan favorite Foxy, he looks, I think, the best out of all of them. His face looks the closest to his in-game counterpart. He's a little brown than red as compared to in the game, but that's not a complaint, just something I noticed. Plus, his eyes look pretty cool when it glows as compared to the others. He's the only one with this effect when he's just regular and not in Terminator mode. As for Springtrap, he is the main event. Like I said in my other video, he's the final boss. Another fan favorite. Sorry, Foxy, but Springtrap is a pretty big deal. I feel like what we are seeing in the trailer isn't the Springtrap that we know, as I mentioned earlier. It's instead Spring Bonnie. Notice how in this movie he doesn't look totally mangled and destroyed. A little bit, yes. In the trailer, the suit still looks like it's in somewhat okay condition. There's a little bit of tears and it's old, but I think that we could possibly see him being spring-locked. An event in the Fnaf universe that was vital in the story. We the fans can finally see that happen live action, and after these events, we get the real Springtrap. An angry version of William, hell-bent on taking revenge on Mike and literally anyone that stands in his way. I'm excited to see him get spring-locked, which I hope happens, because in my opinion, the best adaptation that was somewhat live action was in Bangington's VHS video titled Nonexistent Video, where we see the Spring Bonnie suit lock, and the screams just heard are terrifying and full of so much pain. So, if the movie can emulate or perhaps surpass that, then we are in for a very good time. Please go watch Bangington's video if you haven't already. Great video. But to the people who are complaining about the animatronic designs and saying that the movie is going to be bad, like, come on, be grateful we're getting a Fnaf movie. A movie we didn't even know was ever going to become reality. So, as a fan of Fnaf, I will be there day one, watching this fine piece of cinema, and I know most of the community will be there as well. Seeing the boy Springtrap on the big screen is going to be really exciting. Okay, back to the predictions and breakdown. But first, speaking of community, the Fnaf movie is heavily involving them. We have seen in this trailer a fantastic cameo by the man himself, Corey X. Kenshin, playing what seems to be a taxi driver who's giving a ride to Abby. And with this part of the trailer supposed to reveal what looks like to be Golden Freddy, which is a little hard to tell, but based off what the people are saying, it's most likely him. Sorry, Golden Freddy, Corey stole the show on this one. Back to you a little later in this video. In another shot of the trailer, we see Mike looking at the monitors in confusion, probably for the first time realizing that the animatronics have life. We see behind him, on the wall outside of his office, a wall with a lot of pictures of people that commemorate the employees of the month. But these aren't just any stock people or just some random actors, no. These are Fnaf YouTubers. Some names include Daco, Fusion Z Gamer, and 8-Bit Ryan. It's really cool that Blumhouse has given the opportunity to these big Fnaf YouTubers to be featured in this movie. But there is one name that I didn't mention. It's Markiplier, the king of FNAF. He has stated that he isn't in the movie, nor that he knows anything about it. Or does he? Could he possibly be lying so that we the fans can be surprised when he does show up? Or was it just busy schedules of both sides? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, he makes it sound like he isn't in the movie, then that he is in the movie. I think that he is in the movie. Hopefully he makes a cool cameo. Somehow he says, is that the bite of 87 in the film? Even if it doesn't make sense, I don't know. I think it'd be funny. And will Scott appear as well? That'd be pretty cool. Maybe he'd play the phone guy since he literally is the phone guy. The fan service in this movie could be really well done. Once again, I want to applaud the FNAF movie and Blumhouse for the heavy community involvement, even though a couple months ago the community kinda did screw you. It was more than 2 months ago at the start of May, where all over the internet a leaked FNAF trailer was roaming the web. Some people thought it was fake, but then when they actually saw it, it was in fact real. Within the FNAF community, there was outrage and war between two sides. One side said they were really disappointed in the person who filmed the trailer from their phone and decided to upload it. The other side said, what's the big deal? The trailer's gonna come out anyway, and I'm not the one who filmed it. I was on the side of disappointment. Why ruin the fun and mystery and break an NDA? Well, how the movie was gonna look. I mean, whoever filmed it, I don't even know where they are. If they got sued, arrested, who knows? I saw the trailer because one of my friends sent it to me, but I wasn't sure if it was real. Some edits are pretty good in today's age. I found out it was real and I was like, dang, I wish I could have seen it for the first time when it actually released. But because of all this, Scott himself responded and said that he felt disheartened by the whole situation. And he also thanked the fans who were not going to watch it until it was officially released by Blumhouse. On the FNAF Reddit, the trailer was attempted to be posted on there, but the moderators quickly acted and did not allow this. So pretty good on them. Based off this leaked version, people were already doubting this movie's success, saying that it looked bad and it wasn't going to be good. Well, when you compare that cut of the trailer, which obviously wasn't ready for a public release, to the one that we recently got, they made some big changes, like the music and some shots. When it comes to surprise cameos like Corey's, it was already ruined because of the leaks. But don't get me wrong, it was still really cool seeing him there, but it's like when people got spoiled about Donald Glover showing up in Spider-Verse's Prowler. Even the final shot of Springtrap showing up was leaked. At the time, it was a little hard to tell it was him, but now obviously we know that it's him. Okay, coming back to Golden Freddy, the mythical being itself. At first when watching, I was so distracted that I didn't even realize it was Golden Freddy. As to why Corey is not questioning the giant animatronic head present in his vehicle, that is unknown. Perhaps he thinks it's a fursuit, or maybe Abby is the only one who can see Golden Freddy. I think that this is happening at the end of the movie. Perhaps Abby and Golden Freddy become friends throughout the film. As Mike is bringing her to work with him, she finds Golden Freddy, and instead of being scared, she actually finds Golden Freddy interesting and wants to help it find peace and finally rest. My prediction in this scene is that Golden Freddy needs to go back to the pizzeria to help Mike or defeat William, or perhaps confront William and remind him of his past, which explains why Mike is not in this scene, because if he was, he would obviously give her a ride to work with him. When at the pizzeria, Golden Freddy haunts William. William, overcome with anger and confusion, is now hindered, and Mike, seeing his opportunity, strikes down William, ending his terror for now. That's one way it could end, out of countless possibilities. Let's take a look at another. Abby sneaks out of her home because Golden Freddy needs her to go back to the pizzeria for some unknown reason. While being there alone, William appears, seeing another helpless child. William, in his spring Bonnie suit, tries to seize the opportunity because he's a sick man and kill Abby, but Golden Freddy intervenes. Abby, scared, hides somewhere in the pizzeria. William continues to search for her. Mike, realizing that Abby is no longer home, figures out that she's at the pizzeria. He quickly drives down there. He gets there, and when he gets there, he sees William in his spring Bonnie suit. Okay, so this is my very odd prediction. I say this one for last because it is really out there. It is where instead of William being Springtrap / Spring Bonnie, it's Vanessa. As we see in this picture, it looks like somebody is inside the suit, but we're not sure who. We all left to assume that it's William because William is Springtrap, but come at the end of the movie, it is instead Vanny, who we know that in Security Breach was mind controlled by Glitchtrap, who is William Afton. In this movie, William will set up Vanny. In the end, William will have nothing to lose. He's a very experienced killer who has been doing this for years. If Vanny gets caught, she'd be arrested, but because of her loyalty to William, she'll say that the suit is hers and that she's the only one responsible for all the mishaps. It's a win-win for William. He's scot-free and can continue his killings. Let me know down below, do you guys think this is too crazy, or can this actually be in the movie? The one thing that is on everyone's mind is if this movie will succeed and be praised as an amazing adaptation of a video game franchise, or will it be thrown out into the back alley? Online, this movie was already a success and many people are happy with it, but online success does not prove that this movie was going to be good. Look at Morbius. And Online support is different than filling seats at the theater. Another thing that might actually hurt this movie in terms of how much money it will make is that it's going to come out on the same day theatrically and also streaming on NBC's streaming service Peacock. Something that we haven't seen been done since the pandemic, and the most notable movie doing this was Black Widow. Will people choose watching this movie for free on Peacock, or will they show up in the cinemas? I want to believe that most people will turn up to the theaters, but I think a lot of people, including parents of kids who want to watch this movie, will probably stay home. Yes, some will take them to the theaters. I think that the majority of people in the audience will be around my age, 18 to 22 years old. I think the experience in the theaters will be really fun. People's reaction to things in animatronics will be interesting. I hope that someone yells out, "Is that the Bite of 87?" during the Bite of 87 scene. But how much money will this movie make? I think it'll crack the top 10 list of all-time grossing Blumhouse productions. I don't think it'll make more money than Get Out, which grossed over $170 million, but I do think it'll make between $60 to $70 million. With a budget of $36 million, that's a win. Okay, that was me as talking to someone who's not heavily biased. Now it's the Fnaf fanboy speaking. It's gonna make $1 billion. We'll see which one is right. Now, if this movie does really well, then of course Blumhouse will greenlight a sequel, and that would be phenomenal. Getting a Fnaf 2 will definitely sit right with fans, considering that's one of the most popular games in the entire franchise, introducing iconic characters and a whole nother level of love for Chica. So, I hope this movie sets up the possibility of a sequel, not just a one and done type thing. But who am I kidding? Fnaf is never just one and done. This video was all over the place, from predictions to leaks to cameos to money. I'm sorry about that. It's just that I have so much to say about it, and I wanted to make this as my final Fnaf movie video till the actual movie comes out or something else crazy happens. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't, please consider subscribing and liking. Check out some of my other videos if you would like. Also, thank you so much for the amazing support on my channel. My Fnaf ending video is almost at 1,000 views. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. And would you look at that? It's already 6 a.m. Take care.